Welcome back, everybody. I am BC Hunter, sitting here with my lovely wife, the amazing Jennifer, and welcoming you to the hottest new sensation that's going to be in the YouTube wrestling world, our new game show called Wrestling with the Wife. Jennifer, how you doing, first off?
Good.
She's a little camera shy, or it's their first time on the YouTubes. So the reason we're doing this is that we could have a little bit of fun with the whole wrestling genre. You've been forced into enjoying wrestling, I think, thanks to me and this podcast. But you're not like new to wrestling. You have a little bit of history. Like, wasn't there somebody that was one of your favorite wrestlers back when you were a kid?
Yep. There we go. Yeah. Andre. Mm-hmm.
Andre the Giant. Now, why did you like Andre the Giant?
Well, when I was really small, I used to we used to go away to see my grandfather, and we'd spend like weekends or weeks with him, and he watched Grand Prix wrestling, and I'd sit on the chair with him, all curled up with a blanket, and he'd watch wrestling, and he'd be rooting for Andre, and I'd be rooting for Andre, and yeah, so everyone else was a very bad person. Everyone else was the bad guy, and Andre was the good guy. So,
all right,
yeah,
all right. So
good memories.
Not a bad one to pick. Now, you've admitted in our watching of wrestling together that you are more of a fan of the old school product than the new school product. Is that correct? Am I being correct with that?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, folks, there's a little bit of an inside joke going on. As you notice that Jen's answer, she's not being mean or anything like that. The whole yip is because I introduced her to Jumping Jeff Farmer. Classic promos from...
He's ferocious.
Folks, there's Jumping Jeff Farmer. Jeff, a while back, what a match you had with Motley.
Yep.
If you want to go over to the Wrestling with the Truth Facebook page and check out some of the links to the latest YouTube videos for him, it's quite the epic odyssey. Him and Motley Crue have quite the feud going on back in the day. But yeah, so we'll get off of the whole Jumping Jeff, all right, and we'll go with some real answers.
Yeah.
All right. So why is it that you like older school wrestling than the new stuff?
Well, there's a storyline, I guess. It's more like Olympic style wrestling, I find. You know, like instead of like
a little grappling.
Yeah, grappling. Yeah, like, you know, guys fighting, you know what I mean? Instead of like, you know, or
well, technically there was a finger poke of doom in the 90s, so you know, can't let you get away with that one. But and also, I think the comment you made is they look like men. Isn't that what the comment was?
They look like men.
Even the women looked like men back then.
Well, what's her name? She kind of has hair like a lion. Remember, I was mentioning her the other day. Richter.
Wendy Richter. Yes,
Richter,
yeah. And she looked like she could have been in Pumping Iron back in the day, the women's edition, not the men's edition.
No.
And you also have on our wall here in the studio, you have a pretty famous wrestler, Mildred Burke.
Oh, Mildred Burke.
Yeah. So there you go. So a little bit of wrestling time, but all right, let's get off of that conversation. We want to get into what we're here for, our game show. It's going to be called Name That Wrestler, and it's going to be an 80s edition since that's your pride and joy right now. But trust me, we're going to get you back on here, and I'm going to get you to do a 90s edition.
What's my pride and joy?
Yeah, your pride and joy.
What's my pride?
The 80s.
The 80s?
Yeah, you love the 80s. Come on.
No, it's nostalgic.
Well, we'll do Name That Tune, and you'll really that'll be your show off time. But yeah, okay. So we're gonna start with the 80s, and then we're gonna do the 90s, and then we're gonna try today's wrestling because I cannot wait to get you to try to name those guys. But anyway, so how this is gonna work? I've got a screen, full of different wrestlers. I'm gonna bring them up, and you're gonna see if you can name them right. I think I have like 30 or something like that, so this could take a while. We're going to see if you can name all these wrestlers, and even if you don't know who they are, to make this even funnier, I want you to guess at what their name should be based on their look, okay?
Okay.
So you're going to get to name them no matter what. I want to see what you come up with for these people.
All right.
Sound fair?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Audience, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
I heard a very loud ruckus cheer there, so
I think the dog burped.
I
Actually.
think he might have farted. I don't know.
That wouldn't surprise me.
All right, well, let's go. Number one, I've made this as easy as possible. If you don't get this one, you're off the show. All right,
Okay.
here we go.
right.
Number one, can you name that wrestler?
I think that's Hulk Hogan.
Ding!
I can probably give you his Christian name, his birth name too.
What's his birth name?
Terry. Just give me the first letter of his last name.
B. It's Italian.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's something you eat soup out of.
Botticelli. Botticelli.
Bolea.
Oh,
Terry Bolea. Off to a rip-roaring start. All right, hold on a second. Let me bring it up on the screen. You should recognize this dude. It's one of your favorite crews. Name that wrestler.
David Von Erich.
Nice. There you go. And why is it that you know who David Von Erich is?
He's a great wrestler.
He
was
is.
a great wrestler.
He
yeah.
is. But what's some of our favorite wrestling to watch right now when we go to old school?
World Class Wrestling.
That's right. World Class Championship Wrestling. The Fritz Von Erich territory from the 80s.
Yeah.
The Von Erichs were gods back then.
Yeah. Well, they were good.
They were pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were pretty good. All right. Gonna go to our next one. Let me bring it up on the screen. Another easy one for you. Name that wrestler.
That's a terrible.
That's why I put it up there.
John Travolta. Oh my gosh, that's Carrie with a really bad haircut.
Carrie what?
Carrie Von Erich.
Carrie Von Erich. Look at this. You are 3 for 3. You're cooking and smoking, as Dusty Rhodes would say. You know who Dusty Rhodes is?
Yeah.
Do you? Nice. There you go. I noticed you did the little list there. They're very good. All right, let's go with our next one. Let's see if we can make this a little bit harder. Go in the right direction. Keeping the hard ones going for you. Name that wrestler.
That's Kevin Von Erich.
Yes, there you go. And why would you know Kevin Von Erich so well?
He's probably one of my favorite old school wrestlers.
That's right. You are a big fan of Kevin Von Erich.
Yeah.
Should I be worried about that?
Nope.
Is it the tighty whities?
No, he shouldn't. Yeah, like what's with the? Looks like he's jumping in the ring in his briefs. But you know what?
It's the barefoot thing.
It's the barefoot
it?
thing, and he's he's like Mowgli, I guess, in the ring. Yeah, a blonde Mowgli.
Ironically, there's a Jungle Boy in wrestling today, but nothing like Kevin Von Erich, I should say. He's Luke Perry's son, actually.
Oh yeah, what's his? Oh yeah, Jungle Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Perry.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. We're gonna stay with the world class territory, and I'm gonna get you to name that wrestler. Yes, look at you. Woo. Wow.
That's the guy that kind of freaks me out.
Got some halitosis problems, I think, there. Yeah. No, but he was an evil villain back in the day, but great job. Okay, we're gonna move on to number 6. Name that wrestler.
Roddy Piper.
There you go. There you go.
With a really bad blazer. Oh my gosh.
This is early 80s Mid-Atlantic Champion Wrestling, one of your favorite theme songs for wrestling. This is the old disco beat, you know.
Oh gosh.
This is back in his announcing days with Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, back when he was feuding with the likes of Ric Flair and those guys. So, yeah. All right. Doing good. 6 for 6. You thought you were going to do bad on this.
Well, it's supposed to get harder.
Yeah, well, that's what they say.
That's what she said?
Yes, I was waiting for that. Okay. Now you're going to have to name both the wrestler and the manager in this one. I'm going to make you do both, okay? All right. Name that wrestler and manager.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Correct.
And Miss Elizabeth.
Yes, there you go. Nice. 2 for 2 on that one. Thought you might struggle with Elizabeth.
Nope.
The lovely Elizabeth they used to refer to her as. His real life wife at one point. Any memories of Macho Man Randy Savage?
Oh, the cheese factor is like
Cheese?
Oh man. Yeah.
What cheese?
Oh, it's just over the top. But
Oh yeah, come on. You definitely would want to hear Jennifer down that aisle.
oh no.
We
It's
gotta,
like, no, Randy, don't say my name.
come on.
Don't-
You're besmirching the Macho Man right now. Besmirched. He used to wrestle in Atlantic Grand Prix, if you can believe that. Him and Lanny Poffo, Leaping Lanny Poffo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. I'm flabbergasted at the rate you're going here. The world class stuff helped you. Now this should be a gimme, but I wanted to throw you off a bit with an older picture. But name that wrestler.
You could have given me his baby picture or class photo or something.
Who is that wrestler?
That would be Andre the Giant.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but that is actually Moops is the name of that wrestler. He was Moops. Oh my. Yes, Andre the Giant. All right, I'm feeding them to you here. I got to start mixing them up or something like that. All right. Let's move on. Name this tag team, and possibly if you can name both wrestlers, I'll be really impressed. But I'll give you credit if you can just name the tag team. And there is a clue, I will admit, in the background of that picture.
Gosh. The guy on the left, not really sure, but the guy on the right is something Bulldog.
What you've been watching with me, because of course, and here's a cheap plug for Wrestling with the War.
Yeah.
So Wrestling with the War, we're covering 1995 WWF. And of course, a prominent figure during this time period is the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, who you are correct, is on the right-hand side of the screen. His partner is the Dynamite Kid. That's who it is. And the name of the tag team was... You can pluralize that, Nick.
Oh, the British Bulldogs.
There you go. I'm gonna give you
Just give me
a 0.75 on that one. How about that? You got it 3/4 right. That's a tough one. There you go. So good job on that one. Thought I might stump you on that, but all right. Here's another one. Now, I know you're gonna know one of these guys.
Those tights are awful.
But I want to name the tag team, okay? But I'll give you half a point for naming one of them because I know who you'll know who that is. So name those wrestlers.
Well, that's Bret Hart on the left.
Correctamundo.
On the right, I'm sorry, I don't know.
I will give you a hint. He is the father of a female wrestler in WWF who may have got a bit heavy on the work on her face.
Oh, Natalia?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I honestly.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
I wouldn't remember.
Okay. Now, do you know what the name of the tag team was?
The Hart Foundation?
Yes. Very good. I'm impressed. How did you know that?
Because I watch wrestling with you.
I didn't think we watched the Hart Foundation. All right. Boom. Nice job. Okay. We are doing well here. I'm keeping score, folks. That's why I'm going off the screen for a little bit, but you don't need to see me. All right, this one's got to stump you, or else you're faking me out about your wrestling knowledge, but this one might be a tough one. Name that wrestler.
I think the parrot is throwing me off. Does he usually? Is that his gimmick? Like
in WWF, that was his gimmick.
Really?
He had the
Oh,
parrot.
gosh.
Yeah. It went into his nickname. Actually, if you don't know, just tell me what you think he should be called. There's millions of people hollering at the screen right now, knowing this answer. Right?
Yeah. Caribbean Birdman. I don't know.
The Caribbean Bird. Well, you know what? You were close, to be honest with you. His name was the Birdman. Coco Beware.
Is he from the Caribbean?
Not to my knowledge. No. I think he's from the Memphis area, actually, originally. But yeah, he was a kind of a. Back in the 80s, he was in Jimmy Hart's stable in Memphis wrestling, and he was a tough guy, kind of, had a tag team with another guy where they became the Pretty Young Things back in 1984 because of, Michael Jackson was all the rage. They used to wear the leather jackets, the one white glove, all that stuff.
Oh, I think I saw him in the ring before.
And then he went to WWF and became the Birdman, Coco Beware. One hell of a singer, I gotta say.
Really?
He sings Pile Driver on the Pile Driver album, but. Nevertheless, I'm going to strike you on that one. Unfortunately, you got that one wrong. That's your first fail. So, all right. This one might throw you off because of the hair.
No.
But name that wrestler.
Ah,
A walking condominium,
I
as
know.
Rilla Monsoon would call him.
Oh, I'm having a brain fart. Gosh, I just honestly, I know who he is. I just,
Think of a giant gorilla.
King Kong Bundy
There you go. There
with
you go.
hair. Holy
With
moly! Look
hair.
at that.
King Kong Bundy. Yep.
Wow.
Good job. All right. Rolling along. Let's move it to our next one. All right. Now we're into the managers section. So you got 3 managers that are up here.
Oh my
And if you can name them, that would be really good. But it's going to be a tough one for you. But let's see. Name those managers.
I don't know who the guy is on the left. I know I've seen him before.
The guy with the
With all the-
elastics.
Yeah.
He was actually in Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just
That's
Want to Have
right.
Fun video.
Yeah,
He was the
that's right.
father in it.
Yeah.
There's a little hint on his shirt. Actually,
Yeah.
literally has his name.
I can see it, but I can't.
Okay, so that one is Captain Lou Albano.
Ah, okay.
All right. What about the guy in the middle? One of my favorite performers of all time.
I've seen him before.
I literally had his T-shirt on tonight. He's known for this. And for those who aren't looking, I'm pointing at my head.
I can't think.
All right, make up a name for him. What do you think he should be called?
Blondie. I don't know.
I'm disappointed. It's Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh, that's right. And I can tell you, didn't he always have a beef with Andre the Giant?
Well, he did, and then he became Andre's manager when Andre fought Hulk Hogan in WrestleMania 3. Yeah.
I couldn't get his name.
Yeah, there you go. And the final guy, can you name him?
Atsuki.
Atsuki? No, close though. It's actually Mr. Fuji. Is his name.
Okay.
I'll have to show you some epic acting on his part in Fuji Vice. It was a skit that him and Don the Rock Morocco used to have, the Magnificent Morocco. It was quite entertaining. Fuji Vice, Fuji General, Fuji. There was a few.
Are you still keeping score?
I am. That's an X on that one for you. So, all right. All right. So let's
Thanks.
move on. The manager's got you.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to name this wrestler. Now, this might be a tough one for you.
That looks like our neighbor. And he's from the early 90s.
Technically,
late
he's
80s.
from the 70s, but he made a comeback in the 80s. He was big in the 80s. He was former Worldwide Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion. He is the guy who inspired Hulk Hogan and all the bodybuilding guys. He also famously worked out with Arnold Schwarzenegger at Gold's Gym in the 60s. Yeah, I'm trying to give you as many hints as possible, but he's like the first guy that was a real jacked up bodybuilder type that became popular. Although he's a bad guy, the fans really liked him.
Honestly, I don't know.
He shares the same name as an evangelist. I'll give you that.
Jimmy Swagger?
No, think of another one, even more famous than Jimmy Swagger.
Oh, Billy Graham.
Yes, that is superstar Billy Graham.
Full points for that.
No,
What?
no.
Why not?
Come on.
Oh, come on.
I helped you too much.
Well, I
on
knew
that
who
one.
Billy Graham was.
You called him Jimmy Swagger at first. Oh my lord. Cheater. All right. You should be able to know this one. All right.
Jake the Snake.
Oh man, let me get it up on the screen there.
Oh.
Name that wrestler.
Sorry. Jake the Snake Roberts.
There you go. Good. You're back on the right side of things. Old Jake. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Every schoolgirl fantasy, every mother's dream, I guess we'll call it. He's this famous 80s tag team. Name those wrestlers. And again, I'll give you a hint. Part of their name is on their trunks. The guy on the right kind of looks like Chachi, doesn't he?
The guy on the right kind of looks like my father when he was like 23. That's when I'm like, ooh, I'm almost. I don't know. I'm just.
If you don't know, make up a name for them. I want to hear what you call them.
Oh gosh.
I think it's the 80s, so it's very, very 80s gimmick.
Those guys that had that really cheesy them.
No, they used to come out to Rock and Roll is King by Electric Light Orchestra. And Your Mama Don't Dance. They also came out to that. But that might be a clue to their name.
Rock and Roller Boys or something?
Close. They are Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express.
Ah, right.
Mortal enemies of your favorite wrestling manager, Jim Cornette.
Can I
I'm telling you, those.
Can I give everybody what I think is AK should be?
Well, we should keep this PG, shouldn't we?
I thought this was like A.
No, well, he might be in there later. You might see. Okay. Anyways, but just going back to the rock and roll, if you can believe it, these were the sexiest men in wrestling at that time in the NWA in the South.
That is a nauseating fact.
Oh man, they were the dudes. But hey,
times have changed. Okay.
Look at that carpet of chest hair on Robert. Jeez.
It's like Magnum PI.
All right. Here we go. Another tough one. Name that wrestler.
I know who this is.
Do you really?
Can you give me the first letter?
He's not really Russian, but he does have a Russian name. He's from Minnesota, actually.
I was going to say he's like from Illinois or something.
It's close. Had a famous feud with Magnum TA.
Just not coming to me.
All right, make up a name then. Let's go. What's the name for him?
Mr. Ripples.
Oh my God, Mr. Ripples. I don't even understand that one. Could you expand on that? Or
Well, his muscles are kind of rippling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or almost folding. I don't know.
That is Nikita Koloff is his name.
That's right.
Nikita Koloff, the Russian Nightmare, they used to call him.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I might have just given away this one here a second ago, but name that wrestler.
Oh, Magnum TA.
You got it. There you go. Back on the winning track. All right. Made that one a little bit easy. All right. You ready for this one? Hold on. Name this wrestler.
Ricky Steamboat.
All right, there you go. How'd you know that?
I think I remember him from Grand Prix.
No,
maybe not Grand Prix,
WWF,
but old, like
probably
just,
yeah.
Like.
Do you know what his nickname was? Not that it's worth anything, but
no.
Ricky the Dragon.
Oh,
Steamboat.
Ricky the Dragon.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good job. You got that one. Ricky doesn't look much different than that these days at 69.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Name that wrestler. Classic 80s bad guy. Came out to stripper music. Used to do some great promos on the mic. The ladies would give him a kiss afterwards. It's a lot of alliteration in his name.
Something to do with Pretty Boy or something like that.
Close, yeah.
Glamour Boy or something.
Close.
Should have studied.
No, it's funner this way. I'll give you 5 seconds, and then you gotta come up with just a made up name.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna find this off. All I can think is like Glamour Boy or Pretty Boy or something.
Glamour
like that.
Boy, what? What would you call him if you had to give him up?
Permhead.
Glamour Boy Permit. Okay, so that is Ravishing Rick Rude. Is the name of that wrestler.
Right.
Yeah, he was the man who defeated the Ultimate Warrior for that Intercontinental Championship. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Rick Rude. Rest in peace. Okay, name this wrestler.
He looks fierce.
He's very fierce.
But he looks small.
No, he was pretty big.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's jacked up. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay, think Greek gods.
Oh, something Adonis?
No.
Oh.
No. You're thinking of adorable Adrian Adonis, probably.
Yeah.
Just a one-name god. Pretty famous one.
Thor?
Nope.
Oh no, that's Norse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Caesar?
Nope. That's it. That's Roman emperors. Our son is quite a fan of this character, movie, and cartoon.
Oh, Hercules?
There you go.
His name was Hercules?
Hercules, yes. He was Hercules Hernandez in the Mid-South area,
Oh my gosh.
formerly managed by Jim Cornette. Then went on to the WWF and had a very famous match on Saturday Night's Main Event where he almost beat Hulk Hogan for the world title. And then he became a slave to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, in an era that we don't really want to talk about. So, right, so that was number 21. So I think I've lost track here on you. Okay, you got Rude wrong. You got Hercules
How am I
wrong.
doing? What am I? Oh gosh.
We'll tally this up
doesn't
in a
look good.
second. All right. All right. Let's get back on the winning track here. Name this manager.
Pillsbury Doughboy. No, sorry. I believe that's Jim Cornette.
That is Jim Cornette. James E. Cornette.
Gosh, he was really young there.
He was very young. He was probably
Wow.
only 24 or something right there.
Wow.
And he could mouth like
How did he break into wrestling?
he was a photographer in the
Oh,
right.
Yeah, I remember you
territory.
telling me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
You're a big fan of Jim Cornette. He's probably up there with your other favorite guy, Paul Heyman.
Can we please not say that dirty word?
All right. Name this wrestler.
Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, the shirt kind of gives it away. doesn't it?
I could have said Dusty Springfield.
You could have.
They have the same hair
You
color.
could have, yeah. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby. That's hard times. That's hard times. Well, that wasn't hard times for you. You got him pretty easy. All right. Here we go. This is the 80s version. Ironically enough, he is still wrestling today in AEW of all places. But name this wrestler.
I forget.
Now that I look at it, it's a terrible picture of him, really. He looks like constipated a bit there.
Almost looks like
He kind of does.
I honestly,
Not coming to you?
nope.
Okay. What would you make up for it? I will give you a hint. He shares the same name as a famous 80s musician. One name person.
Oh, Billy. No.
No, it's a one name person.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
not Cher either.
I,
Think law enforcement.
all that comes to mind is Sheriff, and they were a Canadian
No,
band.
come on. The Police. Remember
Sting?
the Sting. There you
Really?
go.
Oh yeah.
That's Sting.
I remember. Yeah.
It's Sting.
we saw him the other day.
Yes, we did. Yeah, the Stinger.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to give you an X on that one. Let's go on here. All right, you're going to name this group, okay? And then if you can name off some of the wrestlers, I'll even give you bonus points for that, okay? All right, name this group.
Something like the Fly Boys or something like
Yeah, the Fly Boys, yes. Very famous group, the Fly
Dream Team or
Boys.
something?
No. All right. Well, let's do this.
Yeah.
You can name a couple of wrestlers here. I'm thinking. Can you name the guy on the far right?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
AKA
Okay.
my dad.
That's nowhere to lie, folks. Her dad used to get mistaken for Ric Flair. So, do you know who the guy next to him is? It's his best friend.
I think the glasses are throwing me off.
Yeah, maybe so. That's Arn Anderson on next to him.
Okay.
The guy in the middle is their manager, J.J. Dillon.
Wouldn't have known
He
him.
actually was the booker for Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling for a little while here in the 80s. The guy next to him, you'll remember I showed you that angle where the guy slapped, where he had a big manager named Baby Doll? Tall, blonde hair.
Guy?
This guy had the female manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember what his name was? Tully Blanchard.
Ah.
And then the guy on the far left is Ole Anderson. They're known as, I'm giving her the Iggy here, I'm giving her a hand signal because this is what their famous hand signal was. Think Bible. There's a famous quartet quoted in the Bible. Towards the end of the Bible.
Oh gosh, you know what? This is wrestling.
In Revelations. Who comes at the end of the apocalypse?
Christ?
The Four Horsemen.
Oh.
The Four Horsemen is what it's named. All right. I thought you might get a couple of points there, but I'm going to give you
five
half
guys
a
there.
point. I'm going to give you half a point. The manager
the
does
manager.
it. Yeah.
Right.
All right. We're getting close to the end of this. I know it's been going for a while, but I'm quite enjoying it. I hope you are. All right. I will give you a hint on this. You're going to name this tag team, and they are managed by your good friend Jim Cornette. Name this tag team.
I really don't know, but the guy on the far right is really out of shape. It's distracting.
Honestly, he was one of the best wrestlers of all time.
No doubt. That's usually the way it goes. Yeah, I don't know. I really
the other shape guy, was known as Beautiful Bobby Eaton. And the guy on the left was Sweet Stan Lane, the ultimate ladies' man. And they were the Midnight Express, managed by James E. Cornette. So,
didn't you like these guys?
Oh yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Our final 5. This is a group. Now, if you can name the name of the group, that's fine. And there's bonus points. These are, I will give a hint. This is the Von Erich's most dreaded enemy. Name this group.
I don't know, but the guy, do you remember the show, Greatest American Hero?
Yes. You're saying.
Do you remember the
You're saying
movie?
This guy looks like the Greatest American Hero?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember the movie Return to Blue Lagoon, or was it just called?
Yes,
Blue Lagoon?
I do remember that. Yes, with Brooke Shields.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not the name of this group.
No. But I'm just distracted with his hair.
Okay, so you should recognize them. We watch World Class Championship Wrestling. They're the guys that came in, and they were the friends of the Von Erichs, and eventually turned on the Von Erichs and started the most heated rivalry in the history of wrestling.
Mhm.
That guy in the middle has that gravelly voice, used to do the moonwalk and thought he was pretty sexy.
Yeah, and he's always like shaking his head.
Yeah. And this guy on the left was a very big, tough guy who was only a young guy. Remember I told you he started wrestling when he was 14?
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You remember the group? Think Leonard Skinner.
Honestly, I don't remember.
They are the fabulous Freebirds. That is Terry Gordy, Michael P.S. Hayes, and Buddy Roberts. I really thought you were going to get
I
that.
find the tag teams a little bit harder.
All right. Well, let's move on. Hopefully you won't get another tag team. No, you don't. All right. Let's see if we can get back on the winning column here. There we go. So name this wrestler.
I think that might be Junkyard Dog.
You are correct, ma'am. That is Junkyard Dog. There you go. Back from his in shape Mid-South days. All right. Name this wrestler.
Gosh, you just said his name the other night.
I did. Mm-hmm. Very similar to Superman villain.
Right. Is it actually Lex Luger?
That is it. Lex Luger. I was going to fool you and say it was Richard Pryor, but no, it's Lex Luger. All right. Let's go. We got 3 more to go. Oh, name this tandem. Famous announcing tandem. Now, the guy on the left used to be a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be a governor of Minnesota as well. And the guy on the right, if you don't get him, we should probably give it up right now.
The guy on the right is Vince McMahon Jr.
That's right. Do you know who the guy on the left is?
He looks like my great side teacher. Well, I think his expression is kind of throwing me off too, but
He's been in a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
I'm not really a fan of Schwarzenegger, so I'm probably not going to get it.
I told you, governor of Minnesota at one point.
Does he not have any? He doesn't have any hair now, does he?
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Can you give me?
He doesn't have much hair there. Actually, he's covered over with the braid.
Can you give me the initial of his first name?
J.
Last name too.
V.
Oh.
His nickname was The Body.
Yeah. I don't know. I know I won't get his name.
Jesse The Body Ventura.
Right. Yes.
All right, let's go. We got, I think, 2 more here. So this one's going to be a tough one. Not sure if we're going to be able to get it, but name this wrestler.
That would be Ric Flair.
That's right. You know what his nickname was?
The Nature Boy.
That's right. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. There you go. All right, 1 more to go, and I think this one probably be the easiest one for you. He's a well-known name. Name that wrestler.
Did you superimpose his head?
No, I did not. This is his gimmick in WWF.
Is that what's on his head?
That's his hair.
What's wrong with it?
It's spiked up and painted red.
Oh.
That's a clue, actually.
Was his name Red?
Red something. What does he resemble with that?
A feather duster, but
It's something that has feathers.
Red Rooster?
That's right. It's the Red Rooster.
Oh my god. Did he get paid for that?
Terry Taylor.
Oh my lord.
Yes. The
Man.
Red Rooster.
Oh my gosh.
Rumor has it that the reason that he was given that nickname is because he was kind of a cocky guy, and Vince McMahon saw him walking around the hallway, and he was just kind of doing his strut with the neck going kind of thing, and Vince decided that he looked like a rooster and decided to call him the Red Rooster.
I bet you that's not what he really called him at first.
No, it's a punishment. It was a real punishment. The joke is there was two gimmicks. He could have got either Mr. Perfect or the Red Rooster. Unfortunately, he got the Red Rooster. So, anyways, let's tally up the score here. Maybe you can entertain the folks while I'm doing this here, Jen. But
With what?
what's your favorite match that you've seen so far in watching wrestling with me?
That would probably be I'd have to say it'd be the match between Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
I know that they had like 2 or 3 matches after this main, like the one when Andre turned. The match that was just after their appearance on Roddy Piper's show.
WrestleMania 3?
Yes.
Yeah, Hogan and Andre. Okay,
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, we watched the documentary the other night, so there you go.
And of course, anything that Kevin Von Erich.
Are you right? Are you ready for the results?
Yeah.
You got a drum roll? Can you do a drum roll? We're fans of Christmas Vacation, by the way. That's why that works. So you got 23.25 out of 32 answers, which gives you a percentage of 73%. High five.
Yeah,
Nice work on that one.
Not
So you
bad.
got out of the 32, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 truly wrong, but a couple of half points thrown in for some extra bonus credit. Got you over the hump.
Huh?
So did you do better than you thought you would?
A little bit. I got a little bit worried when I was seeing all the tag team stuff. I was like, oh, because that's 1 point essentially for what, 2 or 3 people. It's like, I've seen the faces, but
I'm still blown away by the Heart Foundation.
really?
Yeah, very good job on that. But all right, well, there you go. We've broken the seal, broken your initial walk into wrestling with the wife. What'd you think? Was it as scary as you thought it would be?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, can I convince you to
fun.
come back for another?
Sure.
Okay. Next time, maybe we'll do 90s wrestlers. And then I do want to get into today's because I think that should be more than comical the names you make up for some of these people.
Just don't make me watch any AEW because I'll have to like go out and hang out with the hens or something.
Well, we'll leave it at that. So thank you very much, YouTube. You let us know how you did on this this quiz show. Did you get 32 out of 32? Did you get even better than that? Or did Jen beat you? Any closing thoughts? You got a catchphrase or anything like that?
I don't know why Keep 'em Dry came to my head.
Keep them dry. Okay.
I don't know.
We'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Jen. See you
Thank
next time,
you.
folks. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and like, thumbs up, all that good stuff.